Hey everyone, without solving the equation, we're going to state the sum and product of the roots of each quadratic equation. So the first thing we want to do is write down, we're doing number 1, our A's, B's, and C's. So we have 7 for A, B is 14, and C is -3. And this is our formula. So for the sum of the roots, we have S sub 1, the first sum plus the second sum. And that's -b over A. I'm going to put an equal sign there. All right. So this equals -14 divided by 7. All right. The next one, we have the product of the roots. So S sub 1 times S sub 2. I'm saying sub for subscript. That's C over A, which equals -3 divided by 7. Now, what you want to do is you definitely want to make sure your A's are the same. For example, if you simplified this, you could simplify this, but now our A's are not the same. You want them to be the same because when we do these, you're going to have to form an equation. They already gave us the equation, but you want to form the equation and your A's need to be identical. So just be careful with that. All right, now let's do the next problem. The next problem, let's go ahead and write this in standard form. We can go ahead and leave our A negative, but I'm just moving that 6 over. So basically our A would be -2, B equals -5, and C equals -6. Okay, if you wanted to, we could negate this whole thing and make all these positives. It doesn't really matter for this one, but let's just leave it like this for now. So our sum of our roots, or our solutions, so solution 1 plus solution 2 is -b divided by A. So that's negative times -5 divided by -2. 3 negatives make a negative, so that's -5/2. All right, and our product is S sub 1 times S sub 2. That's C divided by A, which is -6 divided by -2. And that's going to give us 6 divided by 2. So these two are the same. All right, you want to make sure your A's are the same. All right. You definitely could reduce this one to 3. But later on when we have to form quadratics, you want to make sure your A's are the same. And the last one, we have A equals 16. You could actually reduce this to 8x squared plus 9x minus 6 equals 0, make it easier. But for this particular problem, we don't have to do it. We can reduce it later. So I'm just writing down my A, B's, and C's. Now, they say sum and product of roots. Roots are the same as solutions. That's why they use S. So let's, the first solution plus the second solution should equal -b divided by A, which is -18 divided by 16. And that's going to give me -9 divided by 8. And you can see it here. We could have reduced it and done it this way. There's your 9 and your 8. All right, and your product of your solutions, or your roots, equals C divided by A, which is -12 divided by 16, which is going to be, if we leave it with the 8, because we want our A's to be the same, -6 divided by 8, in case we had to reform this up. Of course, this is really -3/4, but really start practicing making your A's to be equal for later on. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.